my beautiful people. My name is Alison Monroe, and today is Thursday, the 2nd of March. So I hope you are starting the year off right. I know we made a lot of resolutions, so I hope you are keeping to them, right? Now, today, it's all about young people, young achievers. But before I can get into all that good stuff, let's take a quick stop by the news desk for this morning headlines.
Good morning. Time now for the news with me, Timothy Polion. Regional pollster Peter Wickham has dismissed calls from the opposition United Workers' Party for a SocaCize referendum as mere politics. Wickham has given the green light to the Philip JP administration, adding that the correct legal process was followed to accede to the appellate court. The House of Assembly convened on Tuesday for the amendment of the island's constitution to facilitate the process. Elected parliamentarians voted in support of the measure. The Constitution of St. Lucia Amendment Bill 2023 will be debated later today during a sitting of the Senate.
The decision of the Chastany-led UWP to call for a referendum is probably unsurprising in the context of the fact that it is in opposition politically, and the referendum will make the UWP relevant in a way that it is not. Personally, I don't support the idea of going to a referendum if it is not necessary. That was not done in the case of either Dominica or Barbados, and in the case of Guyana, it was also not done because there's no referendum requirement when you have the necessary majority in the House.
In other news, one man was rushed to hospital on Tuesday evening after a shooting incident at the Kaimaje Junction at about 7:40. The victim, a resident of the area, was shot in the leg by an unknown assailant who made his escape under the cover of darkness. The incident took place near a bar. Crime scene officers searching for clues found 4 spent shells on the road.
On Tuesday, February 28th, emergency personnel at the Babuno Fire Station responded to an alleged shooting incident at Kaimaje in Moshi at approximately 7:55 p.m. The responding officers found a young male individual seated on the roadside complaining of pain to one of his legs. Upon examination of his body, 2 penetrating wounds were found. Emergency medical care was provided.
The victim was transported to hospital in a stable condition. During his contribution on the Constitution Bill, former Prime Minister and MP for Vieux-Fort South, Dr. Kenny Anthony, underscored why he believes St. Lucia's accession to the Caribbean Court of Justice is justified.
You know why hanging is a problem in the Caribbean? Hanging is an issue in the Caribbean. Every opportunity that the Privy Council gets to repudiate a hanging in the Caribbean, a sentence of hanging, it takes that opportunity and finds some reason to overturn the judgment of a Caribbean court. Why? Because the British government has taken an ideological position that hanging will no longer be tolerated, and the Privy Council has been its instrument to implement that philosophy.
And as a broadcast, thank you so much for watching us. A very productive Thursday. Join us at noon for our next News Major, the Lunchtime Report. Good morning.
Thanks, news team, and don't go too far, because we'll be right back. Everybody, so first up we have Zidane Arthur, and he is here to sing some amazing music for us, but he's going to tell us about his latest hits, his latest music video, and all about that. So let's see what he had to say. Good morning, my beautiful people. I am joined here with Zidane, and how are you doing this morning?
I'm great, Alison. Thank you so much. How are you?
I'm doing great, and I want to ensure that you are doing great because you gave us a little present recently, right?
Yes, I did.
So tell us a little bit more about that.
I released my first music video on the weekend on Sunday, so yeah, it was a song, another Afrobeat song called Come. It basically speaks about the love of God and basically everything that you might be struggling with, how the simple solution could be just coming to Him and giving it to Him, and you could be healed and helped. So yeah, that's the whole theme of that song.
And it's a beautiful song at that. Now, you said it is your first music video. So tell us about that process. How was it like? Were you nervous? Tell me everything.
Yeah, honestly, the process was more enjoyment than everything, because it's something I'm truly passionate about. So getting the opportunity to do my first music video was something I really enjoyed. I mean, I think it was 2 or 3 days that we took because of different schedules and stuff, but it was really a process that I enjoyed, to be honest, and I hope to continue getting better and continue enjoying the process as much as I can. Yeah.
So how was the whole sit down process of figuring out what you were going to do? Was that something easy? Did you help conceptualize it? How was that?
Yeah, for that part of the video, well, that part of the production, it was a good process. Thank God I had a good producer who was able to come up with a lot of good ideas to help put everything together in a cohesive way that basically portrayed the entire message of the song. So I didn't really have too much work to do when it comes to that, but so all thanks to him, all thanks to him. Yeah.
So were you pleased with how everything turned out for you?
Yes, I was. There was no complaints on my part for sure. Yeah. I really enjoyed it for sure.
Now, since you put it out about a week ago, how has the feedback been?
Honestly, the feedback has been so positive. I couldn't ask for anything more. I mean, I try my best not to look at numbers and try to. But yeah, I'm doing my part in terms of trying to promote it as much as possible. But the feedback that I'm getting, especially from people close to me and people who I don't even know, have been reaching out and telling me how much they find the song is a good song and the video. So it's really, the feedback has been more positive. I haven't received anything negative. I've gotten some constructive criticism, but nothing negative. So I just take it all as it comes and improve.
That is the best part about it, because seeing that your St. Lucians are supporting you every step of the way, I think that is the best thing, having that support system to help push you to the top. Now, speaking of exciting things, I see you have something coming up real soon. What is it all about?
Well, yeah, the Uprising, the gospel concert that's happening in St. Lucia, starring Samuel Miras and AJ, who most people know. Yeah, that's the gospel concert that's coming up, and after the music video dropped and the way God has been working, I was able to get an opportunity to perform there as well. So I could just say, like, thanks to God for sure, because I had no real part to play in that one. It was just perfect alignment, I guess. So yeah, so I got an opportunity to perform at that concert that's happening this weekend. So I'm looking forward to that as so much.
Now, they do say God work in mysterious ways. Now, tell us about how we can get our hands on those tickets, how we can get there, how can we support you?
The ticket is, the concert is happening at the Cultural Center. The tickets are $85. Early birds were $65, so if you didn't get it early, tough luck. But the tickets are $85, so yeah, come out to support me, come out to see me, come out to see the major man there, Samuel Miras, come out to see AJ, come out to see the host herself, Cleopatra Jewel. So yeah, it's a lot of artists going to be there, a lot of St. Lucian artists and a lot of artists from all over the world as well. I think Emran Henry is going to be there too. So it's a Caribbean thing, but I think it's going to be awesome, to be honest. I think it's going to be awesome.
So guys, ensure that you get your tickets and come and support our very own. Now, I want you to tell them how they can support you, where they can find you to watch all your latest hits.
Yes, guys. So please come and show me some support on my YouTube. It's Zidane, Zidane. Type that in. You might see my first song, Level Up. You might see this song that I just dropped, Come. You might also see my previous interview and some performances that I've done. You could find me on YouTube there. Instagram. My Instagram is Zidane X Zidane _ So follow me there. I drop freestyles every Sunday. Freestyle Sunday, that's what I'm doing. So yeah, you could see a bunch of freestyles there as well to just portray some versatility and just spread the gospel.
So with all that being said, I want to say thank you so much for joining me here today. And guys, I'll see you in just a little bit. We have Nikaela Khodra, a young woman who is making her face known in the boxing field. So let's see what she had to say. Good morning, my beautiful people. I am joined here with Nikaela Khodra. And how are you doing this morning?
Doing great, actually.
That's what we want to hear, especially it's a beautiful day. So I pray to God that you are doing amazing today. Now, we have some interesting things to talk about. I noticed that you went far recently, but before we talk about that, I want to know exactly how did you get into boxing?
Well, I was actually a track and field athlete. I've gone out to represent St. Lucia in athletics.
I used to be a javelin thrower, and it was during the point of the pandemic. I actually ended up catching COVID, and my javelin coach, Albert Reynolds, recommended that I go to the boxing gym just for a couple of weeks to get my lungs back into shape for training. And after being in the boxing gym for about 2 weeks, the president of the association actually told me I can't leave and I needed to stay, and they needed me in the sport because I was catching on too fast. And I've been there ever since.
So did you ever think that you would love boxing and that is something you're going to go into?
Honestly, if you told me 2 years ago that this is where I would be, I would probably say that you're crazy. I've done many sports before. I've also played basketball. I've played for 2 countries for basketball, both St. Lucia and Curacao. But to say that I ever thought boxing would have been one of my sports, absolutely not. But I'm honestly blessed to say that it's my sport right now.
All right. So tell us a little bit more about your recent competition.
Right, so I took part in the Patrick Ford Memorial Boxing Tournament in Guyana, and I was actually given the privilege of fighting a professional boxer. While it was my debut fight, my very first fight ever, got a split decision, so I lost the tournament by 1 point. So to go up against a professional boxer for my very first fight and lose by 1 point, I think that was the biggest accomplishment for not just me, our training team, the entire gym. So that was something very special for us.
I can definitely vouch for that. For missing by 1 point and it's your very first fight, wow. That just shows you how much talent St. Lucia really has. Now, I'm sure this is not the only thing that you do. So what else is there?
I'm also a teacher with Anglican Infants. I also work with, I still work with basketball. I have a basketball club that I run with some of my teammates from back in the day, the Net Blazers Basketball Club. I am very active in sports. I'm with the Castries Youth and Sports Council. I try to help out with as many groups as I can. I also volunteer at other schools for sports when it comes to PE. And I guess sports is really my core right now.
Yes, I was just about to say sports has your whole heart.
Yes, it does.
Right. So tell me, what have you learned from going up and experiencing that different point of view in terms of your boxing?
I mean, especially going to the tournaments in Guyana, it really opened my eyes to the sport. Yes, we were training very hard in St. Lucia, but coming back home and seeing all the new techniques from different countries and different styles of boxing was really incredible for me, and being able to take that in as we prepare to go to India in about a week and a half for World Boxing Champs. So it really changed the way we are training right now. We made some mistakes. We know how to work better now, and we're gonna just try to do our best in the next 2 weeks.
All right, so there's a lot in store for you. So guys, ensure y'all are in tune with her because there's a lot happening. Now, is there anyone in particular you want to thank or give credits to?
Absolutely. Well, again, like I mentioned earlier, I wouldn't be here without Albert Reynolds. He pushed me into the gym. I want to thank my coaches who have been with me to this time. Conrad Fredericks, my head coach. We have Ashnell, who's our assistant coach. He's been a very good help with me for our physical fitness. I mean, the president of the Boxing Association, Mr. Shakes, he's been amazing. And honestly, to my teammates, because they pushed me and they've taken me in. I mean, being one of the very few females in the gym with a bunch of guys, they really pushed me to my limits, so I appreciate them so much. And yeah, my family, I have a great support system, and they mean everything to me.
So how has the feedback been since you came back down?
It's been very different. Like I said, I've gone out for other sports, but the level of congratulations that I get for this one has been overwhelming, but in all the right ways. I think that because it's a sport that's, I guess, not traditional for a woman, being able to show people that this is possible for women as well, it's just breaking a lot of boundaries, and I hope I can just continue breaking boundaries for women in this sport.
That is what I love to hear. You see that you are going out, you are being brave, you are making changes in the world, and that's what we want our young people to do, because we are the future and we want to ensure that we are creating the future that we want to live in. So again, I want to say thank you so much for sharing your story with us today. Thank you for being here, and guys, I'll see you in just a little bit.
everyone, and welcome to this morning's SocaCize session. Leading the wine, we have Sarah, Laurie, and Shani. Let's get ready to sweat with SocaCize. For this morning's workout, we will be doing a wine and tone routine to In Stock by Vibes Cartel. Let's go. So we're going to begin knee, knee, roll, sit. 3, 2, 1, and. Get those knees up. 4 more. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Our arms, 3 of them. 3, 2, hold. 3, 2, hold. 3, 2. We're gonna kick and roll. Kick and roll. Low impact, you're following Laurie. You can give me it low, that's fine. 3 more. 2. Last one. Left side, knee. Four more. Our arms for 3. 3. Last one. Kick. Last one. Knee. Set your bayonet, set the ballador when you wine, watch it roll. Girl, you are me queen, and me wife. 4 more. Your money for your spree, your right for your rule. Could you be for free every night, every night. Sachi for Sachi, be your for the road. Chanel for Chanel, put a two. Pump it. 3. Tell you what, better than the rest. Tell you better than the rest. No girl, can't test. Kick. Kick out your foot away, you have him stop. Tell you turn right, tell you have him stop. Good, tell you have him stop. 4 more. Right, tell you have him stop. 4. Kick out your foot away, you have him stop. 3. Turn right, tell you have him stop. 2. Tell you have him stop. 1. End. That was this morning's session. Thank you for choosing to flaunt with SocaCize. We hope that you're feeling sexy, sultry, and strong.
All right, everybody, that wraps up today's show. That just shows you that so many young people in St. Lucia have a lot of talent. So we just need to support them, support our fellow Lucians, and push them to the top. Now, I want you to have an amazing day. Go out, do something good today, make someone smile, and I'll see you tomorrow bright and early. Bye.